Welcome everybody. So Bungie revealed earlier today Destiny 2's newest DLC coming out on September 4th, entitled Forsaken. It will be taking place in the Reef with a new class of fallen enemies. I've linked in the description below the ViDoc for the reveal this morning. It is packed full of screenshot after clip of just action all over the place. There are tiny bits of info to be gleaned out of every single moment of it. I highly recommend that you go take a watch of that. A lot of people are asking at this moment, is Destiny back? Will this save Destiny? Will it be the game that we've always wanted it to be? I think it would be naive of us to say that this is going to save the game and all of our problems are going to go away and all of a sudden we can play this game as much as we want. You and I both know that's not how these things work out, and they can make a lot of progress and they can make a great DLC, and that can make the game a lot better. Let's not set unrealistic expectations. Now, the DLC itself is going to be offering a lot of new things, a lot of things that we've wanted to see. There is a good list of things that will be coming to the people that have bought the game and been playing it up to this point, regardless of whether you buy the DLC or not. Gear collections, weapon slot changes, bulk shader deletion. Vault space is going to be increased. We're getting another 200 slots. In-game lore should be implemented. I would imagine that once the system is in the game, there will be a lot of lore that we will get from what we've already played thus far. It's possible that the in-game lore system will only be for those that bought the DLC. However, I feel like if Bungie does this, they're going to be selling the community short on the depth of story that we are looking for, and that is a large group of the community. Things we're not sure is going to be in the DLC: in-game triumphs, weapon randomization / masterwork system. We know that in D1 there was a time that you could take weapons to the gunsmith and re-roll them, and then the DLC following that rolled that change back and reintroduced random rolls into the game. It's not out of Bungie's ability to make it so that all of the new weapons are randomly rolled and are integrated into the new masterwork system with new perks and new abilities, and all of the old weapons are stuck with the static rolls that we've come to know them in. However, knowing Bungie, it would be a great waste of a lot of the great weapons that they've created so far. There are weapons in Destiny 2 currently that either look cool or actually perform on a level that is decent, that turned into a masterwork or introduce some form of random roll could make them even greater weapons. The mod system will be getting an update. That could be mods across the board. It could be just mods that drop after the DLC. What we do know is in the DLC for sure, there will be a new Crucible mode. It's stated on the development roadmap. Bungie obviously talked about Gambit, one of the new modes that will be included in the DLC. So this new Crucible mode will probably be a separate thing. I'm sure that we'll hear more about that. If you have any more info on that, whether it's one way or the other, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. We're going to be getting 4 new Crucible maps. A new destination, obviously, and a new raid destination. The raid, personally, I think is going to be the best part of this DLC. From all the screenshots that we've seen, from all that we've heard about it, Bungie has gone as far as some of the developers said that it is it's like Vault of Glass and King's Fall had a baby, and that baby was raised by Percy Jackson. Now, Bungie has to be aware a vast majority of the community hold Vault of Glass in a very high regard, and even those that don't necessarily like King's Fall can still say that from a technical standpoint, it's a good raid, even if they don't like the aesthetics or the fact that the bosses are difficult. Saying that the new raid is on par with those two together is a big statement. That is a bold statement. And in a time where making promises that really need to come through, for them to say that is a big deal. And either they are just trying to hype things up, which they should know better at this point, or they genuinely believe that they've created a raid that will surpass, if at not least be as good as previous raids. It's a big deal. They're also going to be adding in 9 new supers. I don't know if you can call these individually new supers. It seems like to me that they're going to be adding a new perk tree to each subclass. It is stated when you look at the DLC, there is 9 new supers that are going to be added, one for each one. It's all shown here in the ViDoc. Gambit is the new PvEVP mode, which is player versus environment versus player. Destiny has been a game that has been waiting to have some sort of player versus environment versus player activity for a long time. I know I've had a lot of conversations with people saying that why don't they add some sort of mode like Halo's Warzone. It only makes sense. So this is a great new addition to the game. I'm sure that this is going to be a fun activity. We will also be getting a new class of Fallen in the game. They're definitely not a reskin. It's not like they just slapped some black and white shiny armor on them, called them something else, and gave them different abilities. These are genuinely different looking enemies to me, even if they do probably behave a lot like Fallen in some regards or sound like them. I'm really getting a Mad Max vibe off of them, so they look insane. So with all that said, back to the question of should I pre-order the DLC? I am not going to be encouraging anyone to pre-order this DLC unless they meet two criteria. One, they have the money to make a potentially risky investment, or two, they're confident that they will enjoy the DLC regardless. Now, it's very early on. We have a little over 3 months until this DLC comes out. I know Bungie's going to be doing more reveals. They're going to be showing us more about what's going on in the game. They'll be exploring these systems in more depth, showing us what it means to add depth to the game, quote unquote. There's really no reason to pre-order it now. See what else they got. If you're feeling pretty good about it and you're like, you know what, no, I feel like I should pre-order, then, you know, all the more power to you. I don't think anyone should feel pressured for it. I don't think anyone should be saying, oh yeah, you should absolutely pick this up. And anybody that is saying that is just setting unrealistic expectations for themselves. I think we all know what a ride Destiny 2 has been. The DLC is looking good. The changes that Bungie is making look really good. They've definitely been listening. It seems like they've been holding off on adding in some of these systems into the game until they really knew what they were putting in and knew how that was going to affect the game. The new supers look awesome. I honestly cannot wait to try out the Warlock's new arc ability with the Moira just beam blast. I want to try that. I want to see that melt a boss like crazy. I cannot wait for that one. There's lots of other content about this coming out soon, guys. So just hang tight, keep an eye on Bungie, keep an eye on your favorite YouTube channels. I'm sure there's more info that we're gonna get about this. No need to rush, no need to call the shot yet. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening. This YouTube channel has been all over the place over the past 2 years of its life. I'm hoping to be adding content on a regular basis. Some Destiny content is definitely in the works, and I'm also keeping an eye on a couple of other games, primarily Anthem. They're going to be having a reveal event June 9th. BioWare is going to be dropping us a new trailer and a bunch of new info on the game. I'm looking forward to covering that. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, leave a comment, tell me what you're excited about, tell me what you're concerned about for this DLC. Obviously, you can hit the subscribe button or the bell notification if you want to know whenever we're dropping another video. I stream on Twitch almost every single day. We're streaming Monster Hunter World right now, and we'll be throwing some Destiny and some Fortnite content in there as well. Feel free to stop by. If you watch the video, I'd love to get to know some of the people that are on the YouTube. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.